closet, I've got a bed for my head, shoes for my feet. I've got breath in my body. And if I was just anybody, I'd say it's all good. But I know better. It's all God. But I know better. It's all God. I've got friends I can call when I need help. I've got family when I fall to pick me up. I've got a bed for my head, shoes for my feet. I've got breath in my body. And if I was just anybody, I'd say it's all good. But I know better. Oh, it's all God. But I know better. It's all God.
Hey, everybody. It's 12 noon, and it's Monday, and we're back in the studio. How about that, huh? We are excited. Folks, I got to tell you, we are excited around here. My audio is very low, guys. Come on now. We need to work this out a little bit better. So we need to get this back up where it needs to be. So we are excited. We're in the studio. It's been a while. All right, folks. So this is our first day back. And so, you can expect a few things kind of looking a little funny or maybe even sounding a little funny, but we're going to make it all work out right. I promise you we will. And we're going to get her done right here. So, anyway, we are back in Studio A. No, it's not like we left Studio A. I keep saying it. We haven't left it. What happened is, we just got really busy with a lot of stuff. And so, now we're having to, bring it back a little bit, bring things back up in the air where they need to be. I'm sitting here, we're still tweaking audio, guys. So, everybody just please kind of bear with us a little bit as we get her done. All right. So, but it's been a long time. We had a lot of technical things that we had to work through. We had some different things, and now we are ready to roll. We have the ability, basically to do both TV and radio. Had to turn the monitors up there, folks. Like I said, we're still getting used to a lot of new equipment, but we're back and we are going to have a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Hey, the studio lines are open, and I have instructed that post to go out. Let's let's make sure that it did. Let's see what we got here. Um, and I don't see it, guys. Oh, there it is. There's my smiling face right there. So we are going to we're going to see that this works out just right, everybody. Now I'm going to try a few things. Uh, okay, I think I got it where I need to be. I got yelled at the other day. Okay, I got yelled at the other day because we didn't have the ability to see posts or something. And I did that because I didn't want to, people to hear everything that was going on. And I thought it was listening, whenever you click into a post, I thought that, I thought that everybody could hear it. So I wanted to be careful. So now I'm being careful and we're going to make this thing work. But anyway, we have had a lot go on here at SIBN. Folks, there's been a huge amount of things go on here. First off, we've expanded into other countries. We have, when I say other countries, now I don't mean listeners, I mean stations. All right, we've expanded our stations into other countries. We have grown a great deal. We've bringing in equipment, as you can see here, the equipment that we need in order to broadcast properly. And so I keep tweaking this thing up a little bit. Eventually, it's going to be, I don't know. I'm slowly working up the scale here, so everybody has to kind of bear with me. And I keep saying that because it's true. We've got a lot of new equipment. We've got some new faces around here too. So we're working it out. Yeah, I had a great conversation this morning. Great conversation this morning with one of our station people. And she's been around a while now. Actually, one of our program people that I'm trying to coax very much into a station situation. But so far, she's like, well, in and out, in and out. But SIBN continues to grow. It is quiet. I can't get over it. It's quiet. Mariah, well, Mariah, you're never quiet. So explain. Oh, okay. All right, I get it. We had a little party here this morning. All right. And everybody's excited about being back on the air again. And everybody's a little nervous. And it's going to take a little bit to get everybody kind of tuned up again. You know how it works. And so we had a little party in here, the cookies and all that kind of thing. And so everybody is in here just kind of, I don't know, feeding their face a little bit. I see one of our people up here from way up in the cold, way up there in Minnesota, Mo Couch. I see you, Mo. I think Mo has just joined in here. What you need to do, Mo, is call in. You got the phone number. It's in the post. Call in, man. Talk to me a little bit. Tell everybody who you are, what you got going on. So we'll see if Mo takes the bait here in a minute and kind of jumps into the phone call with us. In the meantime, like I said, yeah, we had a little party here, a little celebration, trying to get everything, um, trying to get everybody in the spirit again. It's been a while. We use Studio A for a lot of things, and but this is we're getting back into the broadcast side of Studio A. But what a lot of people don't realize, and they need to kind of get with the program, is that not only not only are we going to do radio out of Studio A, but we're going to do television out of here too. That's coming very soon, and so I'm looking forward to it. I am really, really looking forward to it. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be very different. But I think everybody will warm up to it easy enough, and so you know, we're just kind of rolling right along with it. So I'm expecting a few people in here today. They haven't shown up quite yet, but I know that people like Jeff Moore, he's not gonna he is not gonna miss an opportunity. That I know. And then of course, like I said, I mean I see Mo here, but apparently Mo is just kind of hanging out there in the background. I don't know, maybe he can't really say anything right now. Don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with him. And I'm shooting here a few more messages out the door to a few other people. See, I can literally walk and chew gum at the same time, and so a lot of people don't believe that, but that's true. I truly can. So I'm just shooting some messages out to a few different people, see who's available and who isn't. Hey, this is gonna be cool. I see my buddy. His name is Don Lama. And believe it or not, folks, he is at the foot of Mount Everest. He's a pastor of a church there. And so, I see him on here kind of listening to a few things here and there. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens, as time wears on here. Where is the I'm getting confused here, folks. I know it's not a hard thing to do to confuse me now. don't don't misunderstand, and especially like I said, working with a lot of new equipment. So I'm thrilled. I missed. I I missed. There we go again. Apparently I've got to kill that each time. Uh-oh. Now I've gotten a thumbs up message from another one of our program. Oh, excuse me, station owners. Okay, so I guess everybody's going to sit in the back and kind of watch and listen. I guess I don't know. So, but that's all right. We'll keep right on rolling anyway and get everything back in the door. See, a lot of people are probably not used to the fact that we're back on the air, and that's probably part of what's happening here. So we can, just kind of hope for the best as we roll along here and see who does and who does not show up. So we'll have some fun. We're definitely going to have some fun with some of these people and see how everything plays out. But I'm happy to be back. We've had a lot of things go on here at SIBN. We've had a lot of things go on in the world around us. It's been tough. It's been a tough time, folks, with a lot of the economy, a lot of the people. And so I'm happy. I'm happy to be back so we can talk about it. We're going to have guests, like we used to, but this time we're going to do a few different things. We're going to have the studio lines will always be open. So anybody can always call in and talk with our guests, talk with me, talk with whoever they wish to. And so that will be a good thing. I'm waiting on a guest now, actually. And looks like maybe I kind of got left holding the bag. I'm not sure. So, but that's all right. Everybody that knows me knows that I can certainly talk up a lot of stuff. So I see somebody else kind of kind of testing the water. I don't know if you can hear these tones in the background. I don't know if you can or not. Everybody's logging in there for some reason, and so not real sure why that is. So you hear that sound? Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like something getting ready to take off here or something. I don't know. But like I said, we got a lot of people who are. Let's see, now I'm getting text messages. Everybody wanting to communicate with me in every other way except being live on the air. Come on, chickens, get out here. So, oh, who do we have here? I don't know. I don't know who this is coming in. Nellie, is that you? Somebody logged in here with me. Hello, 980 area code. Who have I got there?
Hello, good afternoon. This is Minister Nellie Wosu speaking.
I thought it was. Nellie kind of there in the background. Nellie, what's going on with you?
Well, all good stuff. Just like everyone else, expectations are high, faith is higher, and God is higher still. How about with you, Dr. Chaffins?
Oh, Lord, I'm Dr. Chaffins now.
Well,
I'm in trouble, folks.
No, I'm Dr. Wosu, but I thought I would give honor to whom honor is due.
I appreciate it, Nellie. I know you did. I know. Well, I'm just getting over the flu or cold, or, well, some people even say it was walking pneumonia. I don't know. One of them things. And trying to get back into the swing of things. You see that we brought the radio show back, and so I'm very excited about that. Today is our first day back.
Look at
so
that.
We're trying to get everything organized again.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's excellent, and many congrats on that. And imagine that I would just happen to be here now. Amazing.
Well, it's funny because it seemed to me like you were the last time that we when we were first
and I had no idea about this. So I'm like, okay, this is amazing. This is amazing. Well, it must have been a divine appointment, right?
It had to be. I can't think of anything else it would have been. And so here we are. Folks, this
Yes,
is Nellie Wosu. She is down in Charlotte, North Carolina. One of our station owners. Been with us a long time, actually. Come think of it, about what, 3, 4 years at least, I think.
at least whenever you started, right shortly thereafter. A long time, and we've grown tremendously, and that's an encouraging word right there. That God has His hand on this endeavor, enterprise for the kingdom, and all those that labor here in this vineyard. I mean, really, there is something that appeals for all peoples, and it's good to be a part of this and to see its growth. That means there's growth for each individual that is here, as well as the collective selves that are here. So, and all of that has to do with this inspiration that God placed upon you, Alan.
Yeah, this has been something. It's been an interesting journey. I won't say it hasn't. And we just keep rolling right along. I don't know. I haven't said much about this, but it's coming maybe 30, 45 days from now, something like that. We're getting ready to put in a store for everybody to be able to do, put their products and everything out there. But the neat thing about the store, this would be one of the top two or top three internet stores, the structures that are out there. We're actually acquiring it for ourselves, and it's a big investment, very big investment. But what'll happen is that everybody will have an opportunity to not only shop in the main store, but they will also have the individual people will have an opportunity to own their own branch stores from that. So
Mhm.
it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be fun, and it's going to have everything in it: books, CDs, DVDs. But it's also going to have products and services such as helping people register for upcoming events. You'll be able to buy and rent movies and things. Basically, anything you can think of, it's going to be in there somewhere. And
That's
we continue to grow. The other thing that's happening too is that people, for the first time, and we've kept this very quiet and very private. It's not something that is being offered publicly by any means, but people now have an opportunity to actually be a part owner of SIBN if they choose to.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, I think you and I had this conversation.
We did have this
We did.
conversation
We did.
uh,
I remember now.
towards
Sure.
the end of 2017,
Yeah.
and it is something to think about, and to directly be involved in God's work, like you are actually literally not only a member but an owner of to some degree, and then you can also look towards working with you and your management team for the further progressing of the direction in which this SIBN is worldwide. It's global, but even beyond global when you think about it, because you're touching lives that are there that know about this, but all of the other potential lives that can be impacted for God's good, and to be able to say that yes, and to actually work in that, that's that's a gift in and of itself. Um, and I'm certainly interested. I've thought about it many times, actually. I have since that conversation, and so that's one of the things we'll have to discuss further offline. Yeah, yeah. And I encourage others to do the same thing, to consider that. And you never know the opportunities that present themselves, where they're going to lead you to. And all I can say is this, that the efforts here for goodness to try and do what thus saith the Lord, from your own unique perspective, which is, of course, following the principles, the practices of the Lord, not your own agenda, but God's agenda, God's will is phenomenal here because you can have that expansion and growth, and collaboration with others of like minds. It's an opportunity that should not be not considered and ignored, but to be embraced, I believe, and further because this is the way grand things get started. I mean, look at Trinity Broadcasting Network, TBN. Look at Daystar. Well, look at SIBN and Dr. Chaffins, who is actually the heart of this whole enterprise, and his management team. And I'm glad and pleased to be a part of this with NWN Broadcasting, radio and television. And I truly look forward to expanding that into more areas of ministry and doctrine and collaboration. So, look, and here I am today, and I'm like thinking I'm talking, and it seems like I'm taking a long time to talk because my eyes are just moving back and forth, and I'm like, wow. And what is today? February 5th. Let's mark this 2018. Let's see what's coming up. As you say, in the next 30 to 45 days or so, let's see where we can go. The possibilities are endless, and with God, all things are possible. We have the faith. To do it.
My technician, he always tells me a joke. I always ask him, I say, hey, can we do this? Is this possible? Is that? And he tells me this joke about a guy he once knew who told him, he says, with God and your money, all things are possible. But I always get a laugh out of that. Hey, I see we have another young lady who's logged in. Lakia, are you there? Where's she at?
I am.
Oh,
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, good afternoon.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing great. Lakia, have you ever met Nellie Wosu?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, Nellie Wosu, Minister Nellie Wosu, this is Prophetess Lakia Perez up in Virginia.
Well, hello and good day, Prophetess. It's very nice to meet you.
Same to you, likewise. I was listening to you guys' conversation, and then I said, let me call in and just stop by real quick, do a drive-by. Or
drive-by. I like that. So now, look, everybody, I've used the titles officially once. So now is Nellie and Lakia. Lakia is up in Norfolk area. She's retired Navy. And Nellie, like I said, is down in Charlotte. Nellie's been with me a long time. She's been very patient with me, folks. Let me explain some things to you. If there was a picture on my wall that was the picture of patience, she'd be it. All right. She has been very good to me. She's been very patient to this network over the years, and I'm just saying that now, right out there in front of everybody. As my grandfather would say, I'm saying it in front of God and creation, so everybody knows just where she fits in the grand scheme of things around here. So.
Well, I appreciate that, Alan. And the thing about it is, anything that is going to be of good and reasonable and respectable merit, it takes time. And we're not here for flash and dash. We're here for longevity and mutual collaboration. It's all about what thus saith the Lord regarding the work that He's called us each to do uniquely in those lanes. But this is an endeavor, an ongoing endeavor that is not just for us. It is for others. I mean, if we have the heart for the Lord and to be servants, I mean, that's what it is to minister. If you want to be great, then you expect to be a servant, because Jesus Himself came and He served us, and there's no greater than Him. So, I mean, without getting all theological and so on and so forth, just realize that the best thing someone can do is to help someone else in whatever area that they can, within reason, reaching to God. So the growth, the phenomenal growth of SIBN is actually phenomenal.
Amen.
The reach, the diversity that is here, Wasn't it earlier last year, about spring or so, that we met up in Greensboro? Was it, Alan?
Sure was. It was a great dinner too.
Yes, it was a great dinner, and it felt good. It felt good to finally meet. Like, I met Tracy Murillo, I met the Lawrences, I met Reverend Webb, right? And I brought
Right.
my colleague, Reverend Redrick, with me. She accompanied me. We had a wonderful day, and even after all that, sometimes you just meet a person and it's like, okay, yeah, well, that's the end of that. But we've been able to interact with one another since then. And of course, there was, goodness knows, the speaker of the hour, which unfortunately I did not get to see him.
Jeff
which
Moore.
is Jeff Moore, Reverend Moore. Yeah. So we've certainly had various collaborations during this period of time. I've had some of my authors be on this show, and like, now, look at this. I know you weren't going to say, we said we were not going to use titles, but look at Prophetess on the line, Lakia, right? Lakia, I hope I'm saying it right.
No.
And I'm meeting her. And right in Norfolk, I used to have family right there in that area. Well, actually, I still do have some extended family right there in Portsmouth. So look at this today. I didn't intend to be on this call today. I just was sending Alan a quick message. I'm like, what? So I guess I got set up, didn't I?
You got set up big time.
I think I'm gonna exit stage left before somebody kicks me off. I'm taking up your whole show, Alan. I'm sorry. You know me. No. I'm empowering network here right now. But yes, I encourage anyone who may be listening currently and in the future on a recorded a session here to engage this endeavor, this platform, and see where it takes you in service of the Lord and others that you'll encounter. And I believe that couldn't be anything but good for your heart. Since this is Heart Month, let's spread the love and spread this message about Dr. Chaffins and Prophetess Lakia and all the other wonderful people that are a part of the SIBN Heart Network. How about that?
I'll tell you something kind of funny that happened the other day too. We were on the air checking levels, and I can't, Lakia, maybe you were with me. I can't remember who was on, where somebody was talking with me, and we had a gentleman log in, and he was listening to the program from Mongolia.
Oh, that was Linda. I think you said Linda.
It might have been, Linda Williams. Yeah. But this gentleman, he sent the name, and it was written, I guess, what do they call that? Cyrillic or Kyrillic, whatever that writing is. So I had no clue. What his name was. And but he was in Mongolia, and he was listening to us live at the time. And all we were doing was more or less just checking audio and checking out some of the equipment. And by the way, guys, I mean, I'm assuming that you can hear me clearly and everything's fine.
Oh, yes. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. It's not too hot, too high, too low. It's all good. Great.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah. See, Nellie, what we had to do, I put my radio show on the shelf for a couple of reasons. One of them was I just didn't have the time, and the second reason was we were having some technical issues with it, with regard to some echoing and some different things that were going on. And so for those reasons, I just said no, another time. And recently we finally went ahead and did all the things we had to do to clear up the echoing issue. I still don't have the time. I still don't have the time, but I missed it so much that I said, you know what, I'll make the time somehow. And so here we are. Here we are. Yeah. So it's been phenomenal. Hey, Nellie, I'm going to be in Charlotte next Sunday.
Are you?
That's what I'm scheduled to be. There is years ago, folks, I was involved with the Montagnards, which is their native Vietnamese, and a picture of the American Indian, and then stick them in Vietnam, and there you go. Same stories, same situations, same everything. Well, my spiritual daughter, her name is Mek Iban, and she lives down there, and they have a small I guess most of us would call them a house church. But see, that's their culture, though. For the most part, they worship in small, very small groups like that. And so next Sunday, I'm going to be at her church there somewhere in Charlotte. I've got the address. I've got to kind of figure out where it is.
Okay.
But I'm going to be down there visiting.
All right. Well, then after your visit, let's try and speak prior to that time, and let's see if we can meet up and discuss some further things for NWN and SIBN, and because there are actually some things that I would like to speak with you about anyway. For further expansion, I've got a laundry list of need to do this, want to do this, and and it's time. So look, there again is an appointed time, because that would work really, really good for me. So, Lakia, when are you coming down? Did she fall off? Where is she?
Lakia, where you at?
Did we lose her?
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Looks like she's still here. She just ain't talking. She took off. She's here.
Okay. Well,
Kia, where are you? Oh well, she'll be back, I'm sure. But I see her; she's still listed on here.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's try and see about that. I have some work I'm to do at church on Sunday. I'm presenting as Heart Month, and I'm an advocate for heart health awareness and care for women and men as well. And I'm presenting at church on Sunday. So we have a call for action. And so after then, perhaps we can grab lunch or something, Alan, and we'll see how that works. And that's a plan.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. And the other thing, too, is another one of our station people is about, I think, about an hour south of you in a place called Camden. Camden, South Carolina. It's sort of near...
near Rock Hill or somewhere?
No, what is that? That the main city, kind of right in the center when you go down 85.
Columbia?
Yeah, it's in that general area.
Okay.
Maybe east toward the ocean a little more, but right in that general area.
Okay. There are a couple of, I'm thinking there are quite a few that are about an hour away from the other side of Fort Mill or Rock Hill to the east. But I'm not really that familiar. I know Columbia, and I know Florence.
It's near Florence.
All right. Well, I know where Florence is. I've been to Florence. I've had many speaking engagements there previously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So yeah, I'm going to jump off for now, and we can catch back up later today.
Okay.
After networking stuff, and I'm going to resume what I was thinking I was doing. But this is just great. This is phenomenal, as I don't know if I would have known you would have been here on Sunday coming. So congrats on that. And to your spiritual daughter, congrats to her and all of her endeavors. We're all here working for the Lord. I mean, just trying to do it good. I feel really good about the things that we, all of us, in general, are desiring to do. I feel a sense of like, yeah, we can do this, and I'm feeling no matter what, we've been through a long storm,
Oh yeah, 2017 was almost the perfect storm,
Yes. I'm telling you, but the walls are still up, and the hedge of protection is there, and it's for each and every one. It's not just for a select few, because that doesn't exist in God's world, but for each of us, and the way it manifests itself is just magnificent. So I am very grateful, and please, again, thank you for this opportunity to speak, and thank you to your listeners, and thank you, Alan, for your continued support and what I am trying to do. you have been patient with me and what we're trying to do. So it's not just me up there on that picture on the wall. All of us are on that picture on the wall.
Nellie, I mess up a lot of stuff,
Well,
and I learn as I go along. Like my grandfather told me a long time ago. He said, "Look, it doesn't matter if you fall flat on your face. At least you're still moving forward."
that's
And
right.
that's the general idea. But you've been patient with me. You've been patient with everything we're doing here, and I just want to tell you I'm grateful. And I see Lakia finally found her telephone and got back on the line again.
Yeah, I had to step off for a second, but I'm back on.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump off now. And
Okay.
look, I'm smiling. I got a big old silly Kool-Aid grin on my face.
Oh, she's got one of them big old Kool-Aid smiles, folks. What flavor?
I red, of course, and you know,
Right.
red is we always say red, of course, whatever the color red is, strawberry, cherry, or whatever.
I don't know what it is either, but that was my favorite flavor too.
Red is always the favorite flavor. It's the best.
You got it. It truly is.
Yes.
Okay. Be well, and thank you so very much. I look forward to hearing back from you before long. Have a
All
good
right,
and
Nellie.
All right. Nice meeting you again. Okay.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, now. Be well and God bless.
All righty. So what are we going to do about my Spanish lesson today?
Pick a word and just stick to a word each day. A word each day. So let's see. What can be today? Today could be, let's see. Estoy. Let me see what word we can do
Soy,
today.
like soy sauce. I got that.
No. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what word you want to use because now I'm stuck for no reason.
Oh, I got people shooting me messages left and right and everything else here.
Milagros. Milagros. That's your word for today. Milagros.
Who is it?
Milagros.
What does that mean?
Miracle.
Oh yeah, okay, I can work with that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Milagros. That's your word for today.
Yeah, I can definitely work with that word. Yeah, that'll work for me. I can work with that.
Yeah.
So how's Granny doing?
Granny's doing great. She's actually taking a nap. I took her to an appointment early this morning, and then I was just going through some stuff, throwing some things out while she took a nap, and that's about it. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining.
Yeah, it is. It's nice down here too. So, and
Mm-hmm.
so folks, so I called Nellie, Minister Wolf. So I used her title. I've used prophetess title. So now we're gonna be proper and say, how is Abuela doing?
Abuela is great. She's
Okay,
great.
good.
Mm-hmm.
So now we used her, her proper title. Now she's Granny.
Now she's Granny.
She'd
She would like that.
she'd probably jack me up against the wall if she heard me call her that.
No, she likes. Remember, I was telling you the other day we were on, and how because she can't really hear that well. So if you're just speaking, she'll just be smiling and nodding her head. You could say, "I got a booger in my nose," and she's like, "Yeah." She's just smiling. She's just excited that someone's speaking.
And
So
how old is she?
Granny is 84 years old.
Ooh,
But she's
ooh.
she's doing good. I try to keep her young, try to dance with her, and just
Dance
gotta
with her,
keep.
really?
Yeah, because you know they like that. Once they get it past a certain time, and then they feel like they're losing their independence, and you just gotta do stuff to make them feel young, and that's what we do. I just get up, I'm like, get up, girl, come on, shake them hips, girl,
What do
and
you do?
she'll shake them.
You take a hat and throw it on the floor and dance around it?
No, I grab
Oh,
her hand, and then I'll tell her to move, and she'll be moving, and I'm gonna have to record her one day and put it on Facebook.
you don't do the hat dance.
No, no, we
No, of
don't do
course
the
that's Mexican now.
right.
I
Yeah, I
know
was
you're
gonna
Puerto
say
Rican. I
I
got
love my
that.
Mexican people, but we're Puerto Rican. We don't do that.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, how are things back home in Puerto Rico?
you know, um, one thing I could say about my island is that you have strong people. They're strong. They build each other up, and of course, in every place, there's always some that take advantage of that time and don't know how to deal with the different things that are going on. But for most of the part, the people are strong. We still have the lights that are not constantly on. They're constantly off. They're going in and out, in and out. And but they still survive. They're just strong. These are people that, I mean, they just keep each other encouraged, and they're fighters. And I mean, I didn't realize my grandmother's brother, he was without lights, and we went to to New Jersey to visit him because him and his wife came down to New Jersey, and they were saying how they still didn't have any lights, and I was just like, oh my God. And they're like, yeah, but and some of them don't like generators. In the old school, they don't like generators. They're like, oh no, we don't want none of that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But they just know, how to survive, what to do, how to live. I said, oh my God, what will we do here? We didn't have any lights
Oh
for
my
like
God, I don't
three,
even want to
four
think
months.
about that.
You know what I mean? Like 3 or 4 months. And then they just, oh my goodness, they just are survivors. And I'm just so blessed to be a part of island, that of people that I come from, that like that's my culture, and I can see where some of my strength comes from, because I come from a line of people that, no matter what goes on, we're going to find a way to get through. We're going to find a way to overcome. And of course, nothing is done without the Lord. Of course, we give him all the glory. And my prayer is that the island will continue to rebuild, and that a lot of people will understand, even with all that had went through, that has gone through, that they will understand that, my goodness, that there's truly a God. I mean, with all that happened, Alan, we should probably have heard about more deaths. You know what I mean? But for people like, wow, like, are living through this thing, and I just thank God for, just the lives that He has kept. And I know that there's quite a few that, have lost their lives, and we pray for their families and comfort, and love and peace over them. But my goodness, with just the horrific things that had happened, that you would think that we would have so many more lives lost, but we just give God glory, and once you enter, I mean, even when you enter and you fly in there, it's just a sense of excitement, a sense of love, community, a sense of, I mean, that's just how I feel when I get there. I just feel like I'm connected with everybody, and it just feels like home. And so I keep continue to pray for the island of Puerto Rico. I love them. I love my family, So there you go.
So everybody's doing good. Yeah, that was I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't even imagine.
I know.
I can't. To some degree, people say we live a sheltered life here in the United States. Because
Mhm.
there are countries that already are kind of struggling, and then when they get hit with something like this, it just. I mean, for all intent and purposes, I mean, Puerto Rico was wiped out.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, it really was, and
And all
you
those
know,
other islands connected. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm totally destroyed.
I mean, that's
Mm.
just.
And we
Uh,
pray for them, and we don't hear a lot about those countries, and but I'm praying that 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 rebuilding process is taking place, and I mean, they're islands, and they're just being built up, and oh my goodness, for Puerto Rico being a part of the United States, we hear more. We have a responsibility, But then you think of these all of these other islands and stuff that people don't really hear about, and just pretty much wiped away, just gone, And then these people had to go and into Puerto Rico or to the Dominican Republic to be able to find shelter, and that's actually what happened. I forget the name. Was it Barbado, or I'm saying the name of the island wrong, but
hmm
they got wiped out, and they went to Puerto Rico, and then after that, then Puerto Rico got hit by
Is
Maria,
that
and it's
you
like,
talking
oh
about
my
Trinidad?
God.
Like Trinidad and Tobago?
It was like it wasn't Tobago. It was like and I could be forgive me for not
Hmm.
getting it right. I can't remember the name, but
Yeah.
they got totally wiped out, and they went to Puerto Rico for refuge, and then Maria hit. It's like, oh my goodness, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Sort of like you
with
can
the,
run, but you can't hide.
right, and I'm just like, wow, and wow, just how would we have survived to have gone through something like that? I'm telling you, that's how it just shows you and the strength of the people, and that's encouraging, to even talk to my families who have had my grandmother's brother. Thank God that he had more than one house, but his house totally got destroyed, and but thank God he had another home. He had to fix it up, but at least they had somewhere to go. Many people didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, I know. I can't even imagine it. And then on top of all of that, there's the concern of, I'm here, but I got to let my family know I'm okay.
Right. And
I got to get word out. Even if I have to put a note in a bottle, I got to get word out somehow.
right, right, right.
Yeah, yeah. The tension on
Exactly.
both sides, because then you got the other side saying, "Man, are they okay?" I mean, where
Mhm.
did they go? Are they all right? And then you see
Right.
all these pictures. You see all these pictures of complete devastation, and it's like, oh my God, my family's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do I do now? You know,
What do I do? That's right. That's right.
because the island was completely closed off.
Yeah. And people were panicking. They were trying to get in there, and they were just like, no, we already have to take care of who we have on the island. And they were just trying to keep trying to just stop the traveling because a lot of families were just so nervous. But the reality of it is, what you going to do when you get there? You know what I mean? And but it's just crazy how everything just, and now you barely hear anything about it. And they're still building up. They still, we talk about that, and still, what is it? Ferguson still don't have clean water. It's like, you know what I mean? Is that the right place? No, Flint. I'm sorry, I said Ferguson. Flint
Yeah, Flint, Michigan. Yeah,
still doesn't have clean water.
yeah.
So it's
I mean,
like,
that's about an hour and a half north of where I grew up.
yeah.
So I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. I mean,
Mhm.
I would never have never have thought of such a thing with, in the United States with water getting that messed up. I would never, it would never even have entered my mind that such a thing could
Mhm.
be possible.
Right.
I
Right.
never would have even thought about it.
I'll tell
So
you.
I don't know. But folks, here you are. You are here listening to our first program back right here in good old Studio A. And
Yes.
we're just having a ball. Yeah, we had us a little party here earlier. Mariah and Mr. Doggett and everything. We all, everybody got together. We had us a little party in here, getting ready to bring everything back around again. So yeah, we
Awesome.
had a good time. We really did. And so
Amen.
but we've been kind of celebrating, like I said, now that we have, you see, right now, literally, if I was to hit a certain, well, two or three buttons here, this could actually turn into a TV show.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so what we're going to do is, but see, the thing is, then I got to get dressed up all the time. I got to get cleaned up all the time. If we do a TV show, so, but we're talking about it, actually going ahead and starting to do television out of here. And we're probably looking at doing that this spring sometime. I know Yolanda's talking about doing that too. She wants to take your Saturday morning program you guys do and turn it into something with television.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. See, everybody caught the television bug,
Mhm.
and so I think that's kind of fun. I think that's gonna be good. But But I'm serious. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. But I mean, then everybody be, see my bald head and everything. I don't know. I have to wear my Detroit Tiger cap all the time. Something. So, Mariah, she'll hold my hand though.
Yes, she will.
Yeah, she'll keep an eye
Yes,
on
she
things. She'll
will.
make she'll make sure that we'll make sure everything will work out just fine. So,
Yes.
yeah, I can't argue, can't complain about it. So, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Where did she go? I saw somebody else that had logged in here. So, oh well, it is what it is. But I like I said, I look at things like Puerto Rico and every some of these other places and I just think about all the places that we're somehow or other hitting. Somehow or other we're touching all these. Can you imagine what it's going to feel like one day? I don't know when that day will be, but can you imagine what it's going to feel like one day when we can look at the map and say we have had somebody in every single country in the world listening to us at some point in time?
Mm.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Because we're not far off. We're only 24 countries away.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're not far off.
That's amazing.
So
That is
what
truly.
do you think we'll need to do, to celebrate when that day comes?
I think we need to do a gathering. I heard you and Nelly talking about, the gathering you guys did, and I think in Raleigh was it or Charlotte, and I think we need to do that. I think we need to do that and have a big old celebration and dinner. Kind of do something. We should talk about that. We should do that, and everybody come together. The SIBN family.
Yeah, because we're not that far off from it.
Right. Right.
So,
I think
we'll
that
just
would be great.
yeah, I think it would be too.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm
That
sending a
would be
message out.
awesome.
Yeah,
Well, I got to get ready for another appointment, but I would definitely hear you tonight when we do our program tonight.
yeah. You gonna be live with me tonight for that?
Live, yeah, we're going to be live tonight. Women Alive, Christian Life Radio will be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, I'm gonna be there. And folks, you
Yeah,
need
I
to
know.
you need to be there too for that. All right.
Yes.
That also comes out of Studio A with the same phone number right now. Uh,
Mhm.
and we have a big time every Monday night. It's funny too because she always tells me the same thing. I guess I'm going to be by myself tonight. And then all of a sudden, before it's over with, she's got three or four other hosts and all
Oh,
variety of things. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
now there's a picture on Facebook with Tracy Murillo, I guess, and a brand new grandbaby.
Oh, wow.
What it says. I'd like to introduce Paxton Wyatt Henson, my grandbaby.
Oh, that's
So I
awesome.
guess well, it looks a little older than a newborn though. I don't know, maybe not. So I don't know, but she just posted that picture a couple minutes ago. So everybody,
Wow.
there's a new person involved in this world, and that person's name is Paxton Wyatt Henson.
Wow. Amazing.
Amazing,
Congratulations.
and you
Congratulations.
heard it here first on the internet.
I know that's right. On empowerment.
There you go.
Well, I
There you
thank you
go.
for letting me be on with you for a little bit and hang out and talk
Yeah.
to your listeners and laugh a little. And
Sure.
I really
Well, see, that's the
appreciate
fun thing. That's the fun thing about this, Lakia, because a lot of programs you have a set guest and everybody else is muted out.
Right,
And
right.
but this format's different. This format, the lines stay open, and people can kind of come and go and talk to whoever. They meet everybody. It's just a little different forum. So
That's awesome.
glad to have you here, and I'll see you shortly. What? I'll see you sometime around quarter to 8.
Sounds good.
All right. You have a good
All
one.
right. You too. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
So there you go, folks. Back here at Studio A, you've had an opportunity to meet Nellie Wosu, Minister Nellie Wosu, an opportunity to meet Prophetess Lakia Perez, and there's been a lot of people listening, a lot of people watching. I think a lot of people are in shock that the radio show is back again. So we're just going to continue on, do what we got to do, and go from there. But folks, in all sincerity, we're sitting here in Studio A here in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's our world headquarters for SIBN, and we are making it happen and bringing back this radio show. I'm sure there's other radio shows that will be coming back as well. We keep adding stations, adding different people into the mix. So there's a lot going on. So you need to keep logging in with us, keep listening, keep checking us out. This program will air. At this point in time, it'll air Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 12 noon. Won't air on Tuesdays because we have made a commitment and a promise to another gentleman to help him with his programming at that time. So all things considered beyond that, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 12 noon, right here. We'll have different people with us. Some days, there will be a central guest, and then the lines will still be open, so everybody can talk to that guest and, that type of thing. The lines will always be open unless there's something very unique going on. And the rest of the time, we'll bring in different people and keep making announcements for different people as well. And so, it will be it'll be a fun time. So, right here, Studio A, 12 noon. We'll be sitting there this afternoon again, trying to work some things out. Mariah, hopefully, will leave me alone long enough for me to get some things done. And, Officer Doggett, he's around here someplace, walking down the corridor or something, probably munching on a cookie or something from the little celebration we did earlier. And so, all in all, it's been a good restart program. We've got a few things that we need to tighten down yet, but all in all, I'm very pleased. All in all, I think that for our first program back, I think we did fine. I really do. Studio A will be right back up on top again and busy as ever, and we will continue to grow as we've been growing. I know in the last 30 days we put in 7 new stations, and we've got 2 already that we need to put in this month already. Oh, now who? Oh, I think that might be Helen Lawrence contacting it, calling in. I think I recognize the area code. Okay, well, I guess she'll clear through the green room here in a minute and let us know. But who have I got there?
What are you doing, boss?
Oh my goodness, it's Tracy Murillo. How you doing, Tracy? I saw your picture.
I know. I have
with your grandbaby. Yeah, well, we just officially announced him a moment ago.
Oh.
So there's a brand new face in the world, and his name is Paxton Wyatt Henson.
Well, he is so adorable, so adorable. It's good to have good things to have, to go look forward to after being at hospitals.
Yeah. Well, I imagine you had to for this too, but at least this was a good reason to be there.
Yeah, this is a good one. They've got him home. He weighs 8 pounds, 12 ounces. And
oh, boy, he's a
adorable.
big boy. So when was he born?
A week ago. 1 week ago.
All right. Yes. Well,
and
fantastic.
So I could not wait to see him,
So was today the first day you've seen him?
Yeah, I drove up last night. I finally got to leave my mom at home. She's doing better, and she got to go home from the hospital, got her settled, and then drove back to North Carolina last night. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the baby was born in Raleigh or something, that area?
Yeah, he was born in Statesville. He's in
Okay.
Statesville.
Oh, the other
Yeah.
side of the state. Okay. All right. Well,
So cute. So what are y'all
fantastic.
talking about this morning?
Well, actually, we're wrapping up. The program ends at 1. But what I
Sorry.
was going to say is, if you have time later in the week, you want to be a guest on the show?
Yeah, maybe I can do that. I might be going to Nantucket tomorrow.
Man,
Go
you
up there.
travel more than anybody I know. Goodness. You rolling all the time.
Well, there's a house up there that someone bought, and they want me to come up and bless the house. So they,
All the way to
yeah.
Nantucket. Well, that's fantastic. 'Cause that's right there on the ocean, right?
Yes, it's right on the Atlantic Ocean. It's absolutely beautiful up there. But it's
See.
quite a bit cold. I'll have to have my ear muffs and gloves for sure.
Oh, yeah. Now, Nantucket, is that Maine or is that Massachusetts?
It's Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take I see, an airplane, and then a bus, and then a ferry.
Good
So it is
Lord.
planes, trains, and automobiles.
There you go. Wow. Well, you're going to have that's going to be fun. You know, I'm going to tell you this. I've never really said anything about this on air, but it's always been my dream to be able to live on the coast like that and own an old sea captain's house.
Oh, I know. Well, let me tell you, when I went to Canada this year, truthfully, I would love to have a cabin in Canada. It is the most beautiful islands, and people can't get to you unless they have a boat.
There you go. Well, that's where Scout is. You know, Scout up in northern Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, in order to get to him, well, I mean, he's on the mainland, but you know, there's a bunch of islands around him, and that's what you got to do. You got to go to by boat.
Oh, I know. I love it. I absolutely love the way they live up there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, because you can go fishing, you can go isolate, you can get away from the the noise, and just be able to spend time with the Lord, which is what I did. So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would be fun. But yeah, I've always wanted. You know, there used to be there was a movie that came out, and I don't even know when it came, somewhere in the '60s probably. And it actually spun off a TV series. It was called The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. You remember that movie? You ever see that?
Yeah.
You know, but I've always thought, you know, wouldn't that be neat to be out there? You know, have a big old house like that sitting right on a cliff. You know, I mean, I thought that would be so cool.
Let me tell you what they did. This is no lie. I know you're probably getting ready to go off the air, but they had houses that were sitting on the cliffs of Nantucket, and two of them had literally fell in. So they were moving their houses back 250 feet from the edge.
Wow.
When I was there.
And that was what, erosion and everything?
Yeah, and that was in August when I was up there.
Wow.
They were moving them back because they were literally falling off into the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
It was wild. There's hardly any beach area on this one side. It's just cliffy, and then there's water, you know, so.
Like a lover's leap kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't care to live on that. I would not have any peace being in that house at night.
Right.
No.
No, but you move it back a little bit, though, that wouldn't be so bad.
Right. And they were literally doing that when I was up there. They were literally clearing the land behind to move them back.
How do you do? I'd have to think. How would you move a house? I guess you have to raise it up off the foundation and the whole bit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy,
and
that would be
yeah, and everything's subject to change. It can shift. Yeah.
That would be quite an undertaking, though.
It is.
I can't even imagine. That would be something. So,
it would
well, Tracy,
be.
I got to run, huh? So,
all right.
But in the meantime, though, we'll make plans, and if you get a free moment, like I said, every day but Tuesday, kind of call in, and we'll just pick up where we left off. Congratulations, Grandma.
Thank you. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. He looks like he already looks like a character from looking at him.
Oh,
He's got that look about him.
Mm-hmm. Have a good day. Bless
Yeah.
you.
Tracy, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye. See there, folks, you just never know who is going to jump in. You just never can tell. And Studio A is back on the air. How about that? And we just got different people logging in, saying hello, and and what have you. And so that's the way Studio A works here. Voice of empowerment. That's how we work, and that's what we do. So come on down. Like I said, we won't be on the air tomorrow, but we will be back on Wednesday. And come on down, be part of the program, get to know some of the people at SIBM and everything else we got going on. Until then, it's been a pleasure, and everyone have a good day. And I'll leave you with the same thing I say every time, and that is in all that you do, every single thing that you do, give God and God alone all the honor and the glory for it. Because at the end of the day, guess what? He's do it all, and you're not. And we'll be back again Wednesday noon. Talk to you later.